Mm. Hi and welcome everyone. I hope that I will have a good connection this evening and that you can all see me and hear me in a good way. Let me know otherwise. Make this live session, I stream this from StreamYard, so I can't see all the comments all the time, but I hope everything will work out in a good way. Welcome to this new routine, a new ceremony. I've been live streaming part of my morning ceremony for quite some time, and um, the last days I've been feeling the importance of landing in my evening ceremonies as well, to make the circle complete, to create a fullness. And the other day I started this new part of the evening ceremony because a book that I've been waiting for a long time landed with me. It's this book, Think Indigenous by Doug Goodfeather. And it felt like it came in exactly the right time. It, yeah, it's a beautiful part of this evening ceremony to end each day with connecting with the earth in such vibrant, bright, and deep way. And yesterday I read this out loud to Victoria, who lives here, and to my goddaughter Onita. And it was such a move. I was so moved, and they were as well, that I felt the strength of sharing that experience. And then I realized I have to share this with all of you too, and also make the day complete with you. I start the morning with you, and this way I end the evening with you as well. Um, I would love to connect with you. Usually when I live stream, I can see the comments. I might see some of them. So I love if you would just let me know that you're here, and who you are, and maybe with what intention you step into this circle and this evening ceremony together with me. Hey Tinka, lovely to have you here. Today I stream from different sites, but in the future I will only stream from the Facebook group, Our Journey Home, School of Mother Earth, to create a more intimate feeling, because for me this is very sacred and very intimate, especially this book, because it has such a personal story attached to it. I connected with Doug Goodfeather, who is a Lakota elder, uh, about a year ago, and truly felt this strong urge that this is a person I need to learn from. This is a person I need to connect more with, and asked him for that connection. Hey Katja, lovely to have you here. And yeah, I think I will tell that story even more in the future. This is one of the big inspirations in my life, and just as I was in the thoughts of starting my own publishing company, I realized that Doug was gonna publish this book, and it was published just 2 weeks ago. And I felt so strongly that I need to translate this book. I need to be part of getting this book out to the world. And now when I get it in my hand, I know that this is part of how I'm going to show it to the world. And here we have a cat who just comes very close to the camera. So I'm just checking with him so that he won't I have the camera in his favorite spot where to sit and look out to the window, so it's not really sure how to handle this. um, but we'll see what happens with life. So my intention is to share my evening reading with you every night until this book is finished, and we'll see what happens then. And some days it might be a long time, some days might just be a page or two, but the words, trust that if you're here to listen at 9:30, then you're supposed to hear them. They're words of deep vibration and importance. So I'm heading right into it. And as I said, I'm sure we're going to talk more about Doug, maybe get to meet him in the future as well and see what happens. So take a deep breath and allow yourself to land wherever you are. To land and open your heart. To soften. Maybe not only open your heart, but open your cells. This is a book where it's not about listening with your ears. It's about listening with your heart and your cells. It's about listening to with your whole body. Hey, Robert. Beautiful to connect with you here. You're asking about a YouTube account. Yeah, there is a YouTube account, School of Mother Earth, and this will also be streamed there in the future. So hang there to get to see more of how we live. Okay, I start. This is the text before the preface. It's a text that Doug wrote to dedicate this book to his daughter. I wrote this story for you, but when I was writing it, I did not realize that you would be gone before it was finished, and your teachings would be such a big part of my writing and life. Cassandra Ann Goodfeather, good-hearted eagle woman, my second eldest daughter, diagnosed with leukemia at 21 after she found out she was having a baby. My grandson, Suya Uhitika. As the illness took its usual course and took her life, along with that of my grandson, she was brave and strong. Cassie truly was the kindest warrior I have ever known, and her life and sacrifice have shown me what true love really means. As your father, I am grateful that you choose me to be your dad. I want to thank you and honor your life by continuing to live a good life and sharing all that I have learned until I see you again, your humble father. Preface. We have arrived at this place, this spiritual way of life together, but we took very different paths. This is, of course, true of everyone and everything in this life. We all walk our own path, but so often we come to the very same conclusion. Perhaps you will come to the same conclusion as well. This book is my way of life. I live these ways. I was raised in these traditional indigenous ways on the Standing Rock Indian Reservation. But growing up all those years, I didn't have a clue what a gift that was. I think about the way I was raised. I was raised to be a warrior. But to be a warrior, I wasn't taught about war. I was taught about love, compassion, generosity, fortitude, and courage. All of the things I needed to know and understand in order to take care of myself and be a warrior of peace and love. In order to be a part of a community, you have to start with yourself. People benefit from that because they don't have to take care of you. You can take care of them and become the next teacher, passing on the values and virtues that you were raised with. Self-reliance and self-love come first. That's the first stage. But as we get older, we go through different stages of life and different rites of passage. In my community, I became a scout or a sentinel, watching over the camp. If danger came, I was to be a protector. If I didn't have the understanding of self-love and self-reliance, I wouldn't have been able to learn to love the community, to have compassion for the people around me. I had to love myself in order to love and protect others. Of course, I didn't always remember that. When I returned from war as a combat veteran, I was damaged. Some wounds were visible and some were unseen. I'd been married, but my marriage became further collateral damage from that war. I had to go through my own process of healing, and my community helped heal me. I immersed myself back into our traditional ways to try and find answers, and I reconnected with my elders to help heal and call my spirit back into my body. And I realized how effective this way of life is, this way of working with and helping people. It's more of a natural and nurturing way. I realized how powerful this way of life that I took for granted really is. Part of realizing the power of walking an Indigenous spiritual way of life comes from prayer, from connection directly with God or the Creator. Growing up, I went to church and my community was deeply spiritual, but it wasn't until I left the reservation that I realized I didn't know how to pray. I think a lot of us are like that. We go to church and we recite these prayers, or we listen to our elders pray, but nobody teaches us how to do it for ourselves. And when I left home, I needed to pray. Church was synthetic, and our indigenous ceremonies were organic, and I was raised with one foot in each world and felt so lost. And so I talked to the Creator. It was all I knew how to do. I said, I don't know how to pray, but I hope you hear me. I hope you hear my voice that I send to you as I stand here before you. I ask you to guide me on this journey as I go into the world on my own. I am scared. I feel lost, and I don't feel like I belong here or anywhere. But I trust in you that you will bring me to where I need to be. That's the way I learned to pray, just talking. The more I did it, the more comfortable I felt. And my prayer for you as you read this book is this: that you get comfortable with not knowing the right thing to do. We don't know how to do everything, and we all make mistakes. A lot of times, when I made a mistake, I would punish myself, but that is not a good way to live. Life isn't meant to be easy. If it were, we wouldn't need prayer or spirituality or healing at all. I was meant to make my mistakes so that I could grow to be nourished, to learn and become a better person for my family and my community. As these indigenous ways surrounded me more and more, I realized my purpose was to help people through these ways. It was teaching me to teach others. I learned that I don't carry these ways carry me. It comes without ego to walk the red road because there's no place for ego. It teaches you to see everything and everyone as relatives. Mitakaye ayas, ayas in, is the word for the oneness of everything that has been created by Wakantanka, the great mystery. This is only the beginning, and from here we will journey together to learn and heal. No matter where you are from, whatever language we speak, we learn to see each other as relatives. It's up to all of us to make this life a good one. Intention. The intention for this book is to grow communities. This book teaches the Native American philosophy as a way for people to find their way back to their own natural spirituality and healing. In fact, healing is just a process of finding our way back to our original design. It can help you come to terms with the embarrassing and wounded parts of yourself and realize exactly who you are meant to be and your purpose on this earth. This book was born out of a prophecy. Each message began as a prayer and was answered in a ceremony. Your indigenous spirituality can help you come to the realization that you don't have to go through a lifetime of suffering to find a sense of connection and peace. You can get there simply by listening to your innate spiritual guidance. We all have it, whether we call it our conscious, our intuition, our moral values, or our virtues. It is already downloaded within us when we are born. We can feel in our hearts whether something is right or wrong. This doesn't need to be taught. We all have this knowing. We just need to be reminded. We are all human and we all come with this same understanding. This is natural law. This is spiritual intelligence, and that's what this book is about. The Creator's law. We need to remember to balance natural law with the modern world and to reconcile our past with the present. These things are already perfectly balanced in us, just as the moon is perfectly balanced with the earth and the sun is perfectly balanced with the planets. And that balance, that self-actualization, has to start within us, with our own self-love and our own self-reliance. If you are uncertain whether you're on the right path, whether you're reading the right book or making the right choices in life, the natural law of the Creator will guide you. Ask yourself, have you seen a dragonfly recently? The dragonfly is a messenger delivering guidance from the spirit world for those who are on a journey of spiritual self actualization. Pay attention. The moment you pick up this book and begin reading it, the dragonfly will begin to show up in various places of your life. And like the dragonfly, our hope is that this book will show up in your life at the moment it is needed. Our journey begins, as always, from within. Hmm. Hmm. And that's the preface, and I think that's a good introduction for today. Ah. Hmm. I feel so honored and such deep gratitude that you have chosen to spend this evening here with us. You probably can hear the cat eating, maybe also the mice eating. And yeah, this is just us being in our everyday life, inviting you to share it and being a part of this evening ceremony from this day on. And we'll see where it takes us. Mm. I want to invite you to take a moment and stay with this sharing. Create space for the feelings that have arisen and share them. It would be lovely to take part of what happens in you when you take part of these words and the vibration they hold. And I'm so much looking forward to seeing some of you tomorrow morning for the rune ceremony and the rune messages that I share every morning. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing you tomorrow night at 9:30 again to read you the introduction, which is amazing. Mm. So much love. Mm.